Welcome to SBAM's Eye in Lansing. I'm Tony Stamas, Vice President of Government Relations.
And I'm Mike Marzano, Grassroots Coordinator and Policy Advisor for SBAM.
This week in Lansing, the big topic was the budget presentation. The Governor, Lieutenant Governor, and the Budget Director presented the state's budget and had to deal with it on a couple fronts. One, presented the upcoming budget, which will run for most of 2016. That budget faces about $500 million of cuts that's going to be needed to be implemented, and the Governor proposed a variety of different ways to get at that, and certainly this just begins the discussion. But along with that, the state faces a current year deficit of approximately $100 million. The Governor presented a budget to deal with that deficit, actually more than $100 million, but presented about $100 million in cuts. And that has to, when it's given an executive order in a current year budget, has to be presented to the House Appropriations and the Senate Appropriations Committee. And their action and approval makes that effective immediately. And so they actually took that up the day after the Governor's presentation and approved both items, transferring unexpended dollars in the school aid fund of over $200 million, and then cuts across the spectrum in the state of about $100 million. And so a lot of this has been based on the tax credits. We're done some of them decades ago. Tax credits to large businesses that as their businesses has grown and increased, they've started to capture those credits, and it's really set up a liability that's been hard to predict for the state. And so I think that discussion will be one that the Governor and the legislators will be having as they move forward. There were some key items we wanted to make sure we mentioned. Mike?
Thanks, Tony. One of the things that the Governor talked about in his budget is increasing revenue for skilled trades, and we're very excited to hear about that. From our membership over the last few years, we've heard two consistent messages. One is that the economy is rebounding, which is great, but the other message is that they're seeing a lack of talent in the workforce, and we are very excited to see that the Governor has an aggressive budget in order to fund the workforce and make sure that our talent is up to speed so Michigan is competing on a national level again. Tony?
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, and that is exciting. That's something that we look forward to partnering and making sure that we're putting your voices out there, the members' voices out there on that key issue. One area of real concern, the claims tax assessment on healthcare claims, and that affects small business across the state in terms of their healthcare cost. Last year we were successful in reducing that from under 1% to 0.75%, and the Governor's proposal nearly doubles it, over to 1.3%, and that's a real concern. As you know, one of the key issues we hear as well is healthcare costs and healthcare cost containment, and so that proposal is going to have a dramatic impact on small businesses, and so we're going to make sure to be a loud voice to help make sure that legislators, the administration, understand the impact of that, and really leading the charge, making sure that those concerns are heard. So sets it up for a busy spring yet to come. As the budget's debated, their goal will be, as it has been for the last 4 years, to finish up the budget in late May, early June. We'll make sure we're there every step of the way, making sure your voice is heard. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you.